crafters, thank you so much for stopping by. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you the card that I created for Craft Roulette episode number 284. So let's just bring the card in and we'll go through the parameters and then I will show you the products that I used. So here's my card. Now the project had to be a fun, F-U-N-N fold, and I think this is a fun fold. So there is my project taken care of. The colors had to be a birthday color party. Birthday party colors. So I think any color could be at a birthday party. And this one, even though Calypso Coral is not, it's not orange, but it's pretty close to it. This could be a birthday party for Craft Roulette, right? Because you're talking about, you're either team purple or team orange. Well, there are other people that talk about other teams like Team Rainbow and all that. But the two that they always ask the guests are if they are Team Orange or Team Purple. And so I think this could be a birthday party for both Team Orange and Team Purple because it has the fresh freesia in there, which to me I consider purple. So I have my birthday party colors taken care of. Then the element had to be Maggie Smith. Well, I didn't want to do a tea party or anything like that, and that's kind of the things that they talked about on Friday night. So I found a quote from hers that I wanted to use, and I'm using that quote on the inside. But before we get there, I want to go over what I've put on the front that would really explain the quote on the inside. So the random had to be spirals or spiraling. So what I ended up doing was I found this stamp set in my wood stashes called Swirl Frame. Now I did have to take it off the wood block because I did want to put it on my Misty, because solid stamps like that, I feel like I need to do more than once to really get it to the desire that I like. And I didn't want to bring out my Stamp-A-Majig. I use it, and when I try to use it, I don't line it up as well as I did when I used it when it first came out because I'm not used to using it. So I decided to take this stamp set off the block and put it in my Misty. So we've got this frame that's got swirls on it. Then I brought in an embossing folder from Doris, and it's got a bunch of swirls on it. So after I stamped my frame with the swirls, then I ran it through my embossing folder and put those swirls in the background. And then I still wanted to add a little bit more swirls. So I brought in this Swirly Scribbles die set and used this one here so that I could put it behind my little girl there. Now my little girl comes from this By My Side stamp set, and I loved her because I thought her hair had a bunch of swirls in it. So I think I have covered that, what was it, the random parameter perfectly, because I've got tons of swirls going on my card. And then I wanted this to be a birthday card, but I didn't want to pull out another set that said happy birthday. So I just went ahead and did the sentiment from By My Side and say thinking of you today, because I can write my sentiment on the inside. Now all the papers, the designer papers that I'm using, is coming from this paper pack called Butterfly Kisses. And the reason why I picked that one was because she has a little butterfly on her nose there. And the sentiment I've stamped in Calypso Coral because that's my card base. Now I did stamp this frame in Calypso Coral, but maybe because I did it more than once, it looks a little darker. But originally, I thought about stamping it on some designer paper, and I did do that. But I felt like it changed the color a bit. I feel like this looks more Cajun craze looking than this one. Even though it's Calypso Coral, it's a lot darker. So I decided not to use this, but I didn't want to waste it, so I used it to die cut that swirl that I have behind her. And then I did all my coloring with my stamping blends. And I've done for the butterfly, the Calypso Coral. For her top, I did in the Parakeet Party. For her skirt, I did in the Fresh Freesia. For her hair, I did the Skin Tone number 400. And for her face and, well, all her skin areas, I did the Skin Tone number 800. And that's how I colored her in. Now, I did use the color lifter to pull up a little color on her hair so that it would have some different shades in her hair. And I did a little bit of the color lifting on her cheeks and put the light Calypso Coral there so that it looks like she's got some rosy cheeks. And let's see, I think that's it, really. I stamped her in the Tuxedo Black so that I could use my alcohol markers. And the sentiment, I die cut that out with that small one in the Happy Little Things dies. So then, now we can talk a little bit about the sentiment that I used from Maggie Smith. So this is a little girl, and I just thought it would be cute because the sentiment says, you have to get older, but you don't have to grow up. So there we go. That's why I wanted to use the little girl, because we all are young at heart and we still want to act like we're little girls. I think about it all the time. I think about when I'm coloring, how I used to love to color when I was a little girl. So I am still coloring as an adult. So that sentiment came from Maggie Smith. You have to get older, but you don't have to grow up. And then I just added some more of some designer paper there that I had in my scraps to the bottom of that. Now I did have to print this. I like to bring it into Canvas. What I do is I bring it into Canva first and I create it. Then I download it and then I bring it into Publisher so that I can print it. And I like to pick the colors, the hex codes that match the papers. So I did the Calypso Coral for the sentiment and then Maggie Smith with the Fresh Freesia. So there we go. There is my card for Craft Roulette episode number 284, and I love it. So I hope you enjoyed this card in this video, and if you did, you can show me your joy by giving it a thumbs up. Okay, until my next video, have fun crafting, everyone, and remember, choose joy, and may God bless you all. Bye-bye.